Job number 20215163. We're accessing the drain system through a 4-inch PVC cleanout tee located in the furnace room. We are currently out about 124 feet. Due to the length and amount of turns we have to make, and possibly a little resistance on a change in direction here, we really can't get any much farther than where we're at. We'll have to change to the front main cleanout in order to get all the way to the city main connection. Suspect that we're not all that much farther, possibly 5 to 15 feet away, but yet to be determined. So we're about 123, 124 right now. Pipe material is 6-inch clay. Camera's a little bit hazy because there's quite a bit of greasy buildup. So it kind of fouls out the lens a little bit. It's about as clear as we can get it at the moment. You can see a lot of white buildup, greasy buildup sitting on the piping along the length. A lot has been removed. We've done some drain snaking. Have some moderate water pooling here. 118 feet is the downstream end of this pool. We don't have any water of significance running right now, so whatever is sitting around in the drain is due to features of the drain system. So if we come forward, I would say the front of the upstream end of the pool is about 112 to 118, a minor to moderate pool. Another moderate section of pooling. The downstream end is at 103. Kind of pooling there at that joint too. Upstream end of that moderate pool is at about 99 to 103. Looks like we have, looks like there's a Y connection here off to the left at 96. Unknown where that Y connection heads to. Here at about 92 is a downstream end of a section of repair in the front parking lot facing the road. You can see the repair in the asphalt parking lot. It's a smaller rectangle shape. And then 87 is the other end, so 87 to 92 is a segment of repaired drain directly underneath the patch in the parking lot. Another section of pooling water. Downstream end is about 65. Upstream end of the pooling water is 55 to 65. We're jumping up, it's a change in depth, so bottom of the depth change is at 54. Top of the depth change is at 53 to 54, just a small drop down. Pipe material is still 6-inch clay. A lot of white greasy buildup sitting on the top of the pipe. Bottom of the pipe is relatively cleaned out now. A lot more grease sitting around on the top of the pipe through here. Change in direction, possibly a 45-degree turn at 28. More pooling water here. Downstream end is at 26. Upstream end of the pool is at 24, just a short segment, 24 to 26. Transition from 6-inch clay to cast iron here, 4-inch cast iron likely at 22. Also a depth change. Top of the depth change is 19, so 19 to 22. Now we're in 4-inch cast iron. Looks like a Y at 17. Camera's a bit fuzzy. We're going to try to clean off the lens and make another pass through here to see this clear. Suspect some deterioration of the cast iron through this section. See some water dripping in from the top, unknown if that's groundwater or what that is. Going up the PVC stack. Access through a PVC cleanout tee. I'm going to push pause to try to clear the lens. Push pause to go back out to this point at 58. We've used the camera locator to confirm that the position we're at about 58 is pretty much underneath the footing of the front of the building facing the road. So we're at the exit point of the building here at about 58. Because there's some pooling water here, we can't see very well what the top of the pipe looks like, but somewhere here on the top is the Y heading up to the main building cleanout. And then that's that pooling water section, and now our elevation change that we narrated earlier. Camera lens is quite a bit clearer, so now we got a better view of this section. Visible off to the left here is a Y joint on the left bottom corner. Camera's a little bit angled right now, but you can see it there. We have another Y joining on the left at 40. lot of grease buildup sitting on the top of the pipe through sections of this. More grease. Change in direction. It actually looks like another Y or a T at 28. So we thought it was a turn, but it's more of a Y junction. We're looking at the run of the Y. The flow is going from right to left on the screen. We have this next pooling section that we had noticed from 24 to 26. Transition from cast iron to clay. Going up to a shallower depth. Top of our depth change here. A lot of very heavily pitted cast iron. Bottom of the cast iron appears to be gone. We see some pooling water and shelving. We have a Y here at 17 flowing from left to right. Again, the bottom of the pipe looks pretty rough. Looks like another Y at 16. Flow looks to be going on the run of the Y from left to right, branching off. Hard to say if that's another Y on the top left corner of the screen or if it's pipe deterioration. And then connection from existing cast iron to PVC at 14. We can see the patch in the floor where this was done. A lot of greasy waste hanging out on the top of the PVC as well. PVC has some pooling going on here. 14 feet is the downstream end. No water of significance flowing right now. A lot of grease hanging out on the top. Really big chunk. Possibly there's a T or a Y that's back here. Possibly an additional drain connection joining, but there's water constantly trickling through at that point. Hard to tell. There's a big mass of grease sitting on it. Cooling water continues right to the base of the stack. So that is 11 to 14. Going up the base of the PVC stack. Once again, a clear view of it. And then again, our access is this PVC drain. We have a small grease trap under this bag here. Lower drain for the furnace. And there's a stack coming from the second floor for plumbing.